Why couldn't they just lose in Game 6? What's going on, guys? Once again, the Toronto Maple Leafs losing in Game 7 to the Florida Panthers, guys. Losing 6-1 and ending their season, guys. Guys, what else is there to say? Are we surprised? We can't be surprised with this team. We can't be surprised with this core. It is the same old shit year after year for the last 9 years, guys. Enough is enough. I am so sick and tired of this core 4 era. I'm sick and tired of Brendan Shanahan. I'm sick and tired of this team not performing when it matters most, guys. Absolutely pathetic performance by the Leafs again tonight, guys. I don't even know where to begin with this hockey game, guys. The most craziest thing is that obviously this Leafs team is like 0-6 when it comes to winner-take-all games since 2018. Obviously, the Leafs are 0-7 and 0-6 in Game 7s. Like, it's self-explanatory that we cannot continue with this core 4, guys. There is no way in hell that they can run this team back another 3 to 4 years, 5 years plus. There is no way. Enough is enough. That first half of that first period, absolutely horrendous by the Leafs. What the hell were they doing in that first 10 minutes of that period? Florida was all over them like a pack of dogs, all over the Leafs. Shot attempts were like 21-0. And then after, the Leafs did a good job responding. Well, but you know what? The Leafs responded. Oh, good job. Toronto responded. But did the Leafs do anything with those opportunities? Nope, of course not. 3 breakaways tonight against Bobrovsky. Couldn't bury one. Incredible to see. 12 goals to 2 against in your last 2 games at home in the playoffs. Real good. Our superstars, Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner, 0 goals in Game 7 in their career in 6 games. William Nylander's got a couple. John Tavares has 1. Whoop-de-doo. Those guys all make $50 million to combine plus. This is an absolute joke. This franchise has handled things. Brendan Shanahan. Oh, you know what? I believe in the core 4, guys. I think we can get it done. Brendan Shanahan, I've had enough of your bullshit. You need one of these, Brendan Shanahan. Pack your bags and get the hell out of this city. Enough is enough. With Brendan Shanahan, with this core 4 era. Mitch Marner. One of these are for you too, buddy. Pack your shit. John Tavares, pack your shit. I am sick and tired of these guys saying, oh yeah, you know what? We didn't execute enough. John Tavares, first 3 words in his interview. We didn't execute. Same old shit every single bloody year, guys. Same old shit. We don't even need to talk about the game. What's the point? You knew in the direction this game was going once the Leafs couldn't score any breakaway shots. You saw what Morgan Rielly did on the first goal. Our $7.5 million defenseman deciding to pinch. Oh, you know what? I'm going to pinch. Doing what he does best. Morgan Rielly not making the right defensive play. And then obviously Seth Jones scores. And that was the mistake the Florida Panthers needed, guys. We all knew that whoever was going to make the first mistake in this hockey game was going to win this game. And of course, the Leafs were the ones to make the first mistake, guys. Those 6 minutes after was ugly to watch. Florida scoring 2 more goals, 3 goals in 6 minutes, guys. You knew it was done. You knew it was finished. Florida knew how to get it done. They know how to get it done. Defending champions. And what does the Leafs do? They tease us a little bit even more, Score a goal, make it 3-1. Hey, guys, let's go. We'll fight back. And then after Florida, minute later, they score a goal, making it 4-1, ending it. You knew, done. And that's the thing that pisses me off. Like I said at the beginning, why couldn't you just lose in Game 6? Because that's the Leafs. The Leafiest thing ever, guys. Get destroyed at home in Game 5, 6-1 like tonight. And then you go into Florida and you play a great defensive hockey game, win 2-0, and you come back here and you do it again. You do it again. Doing what you did. You know what I mean, guys? Like, the Leafs' best opportunity was to win that game in Game 3, where you score 4 goals on Bobrovsky. But what do the Leafs do? They don't have the killer instinct. They didn't have what it takes to close that game out. Blowing two two-goal leads in that game. That right there was a major, major backbreaker in this series for the Leafs. Obviously, Stolarz getting hurt on top of that was another backbreaker. But we all know, guys, that Joe Wall had some decent games. I don't blame him for tonight. I don't blame him for the loss in Game 5. Sure, he maybe wants some goals back. But the team left him hanging out to dry. And then you got Mitch Marner. Mitch Marner getting all angry on the bench. Wake the hell up! Wake the hell up! Out of all people, Mitch Marner saying that. Real funny, Mitch. Where the hell have you been, bro? I think Mitch Marner realized his time as a Maple Leaf is up. That's why he finally said, I'm going to show some balls for once. And then Craig Berube on top of it, losing his shit on the bench. Absolutely justified. He finally got a taste about what this team's really about. He watched from the sidelines a few years. Now he got a real taste. Now he knows. Man, oh man, this team psychologically doesn't have it. He said it himself. It's between the ears. Then you got your captain, Austin Matthews. Too many passengers tonight. Really? Austin's the captain. He must have been leading the train in passengers. He was the leader. Let's go, boys, all aboard. Passengers. Because that's what he was this series. And then when somebody asks him about his injury, it's not the time to talk about it. Well, there better be a time to talk about your injury, Austin. Because your performances in not only Game 7, but in the playoffs is pathetic, and it's not worth the money we're paying you. Mitch Marner, we already know what's happening with this guy. If he gets re-signed, enough is enough. They can't go back to it. Like I said, Marner has to walk. He held his team at ransom his first time around getting a contract. And now again, refusing to negotiate during the season. You wanted to take a risk and bet on yourself? There's the door, pal. There's the door. And here's the suitcase. Here's the suitcase, buddy. Here's the suitcase. Okay? Pack your shit, Mitch Marner. Enough is enough with you, bro. I'm done with this guy. I'm done with this team. The way they've operated with the core four, it's not good enough. The team has not performed to the standards we expect them to. It's been 9 bloody years. We cannot continue to say, let's run it back another year. Let's see if this team can get it done. No. It's time to move on. We cannot continue with this core four. It's time for change. Addition by subtraction. I don't care if Mitch Marner is a 100-point player. That's enough. It's time for people to hold themselves accountable. Enough. People got to start losing their jobs for the way this team has played. They showed no urgency again tonight, guys. Again. How many more times do we have to see this team lose? Like, I've had enough. A lot of us Leaf fans have had enough. The Florida Panthers, they're the defending champs for a reason, guys. Paul Maurice, 6-0 in Game 7. Brad Marchand, the guy bloody hots us. 5-0 against the Toronto Maple Leafs in the Stanley Cup playoffs, guys. Do you believe that shit? The first player in franchise history to be undefeated against a team. Insane to me, guys. And Brad Marchand was fantastic in this series, guys. I thought he was spectacular. Turn back the clock. He really hot in the Leafs, guys. Matthew Tkachuk did nothing in this series. He didn't screw all. He did nothing. He literally did nothing. They didn't even need Matthew Tkachuk to win this series. The Leafs found a way, guys, again, to beat themselves in this series. You had chances to take a 3-1 lead in this series. You had a chance to go up 3-0, and you squandered them. Matthew Knies, I know he wasn't 100%, and he still went out there and battled. But this team, once again as a whole, didn't battle enough. They didn't show enough fight, determination. And this is what we get. We got to go back in October and say, oh yeah, let's go, boys. Another year of disappointment. Like, enough, guys. We cannot be saying, oh yeah, we had a new coach, add a new D-core. But as long as the core four is intact, this team will never change. It's time to divert from this team, guys, from this core four. Like I've been saying, I've been mentioning it so many times in this video. The performances in past years and tonight have been pathetic to say the least, guys. We can't defend this team anymore. Enough is enough. You know, like, they need to look themselves in the mirror and say, we need to do something differently. I think first, firing Brendan Shanahan is the first thing you do. You got to move guys like, tell John Tavares and Mitch Marner, probably time to move on. I would get rid of guys like Morgan Riley. The guy's an idiot in his own end. Max Domi, who scored tonight. Whoop-de-doo, Max. Making 3.5 doing what? Taking too many penalties. That's what he was good at doing. Taking too many bloody penalties. Guys like Bobby McMahon weren't productive enough. I like Patrick. I wouldn't mind him coming back. I like Lawrence. I like Lawton. Those guys can come back. But there's certain aspects of this team that cannot come back, guys. That's it. Okay? I knew that the Panthers would win this series. I said it in my preview video. They got more dogs, and they know how to win when it matters most, guys. It's very obvious. It's very obvious what we saw in tonight's game. Men versus boys. We saw a team that is mature, knows how to win when it matters most in a Game 7. The Panthers just know how to win, guys. Paul Maurice is a great coach. They got a great team. The Leafs, they have great talent, but the team as a whole is unbalanced, guys. It ain't good enough. All right? And then, you, like I said, Marner's getting upset. You know, John Tavares mentioning execution. It's the same old shit. We do not want to hear it anymore. It's time for change, guys. That's it. You know, we could see where we go. Oh, Berube didn't call a timeout. I'm not blaming Craig Berube for this shit. This is the players and Brendan Shanahan's fault for why this happened. This can't go on anymore, guys. The team, listen, we got some great pieces. The D-core's good, like I said. Goaltending will be back next year. Berube will be back. But the forward lines cannot be the same. I don't care who's out there in free agency. You need to make a change. The goaltending, guys, I thought we were solid in goaltending. Sure, Joe Wall had some bad games. But listen, guys, like I said, team hung him out to dry. Mitch Marner, you know, I hope you enjoy it, buddy. Going out in free agency, looking for all the money out there, go right ahead, bro. Because I'll tell you right now, you were a Toronto kid, and the way you've handled yourself has been pathetic. Okay? Matthews, Nylander, they didn't give the Leafs trouble when it came to their contracts. You have. You need to leave, sir. Enough. Don't even remind me about what could have happened at the deadline with Mikko Rantanen. I know. You can blame Mitch Marner all you want, but Kyle Dubas is the one who gave him that no-move clause. It's his fault why Marner had that power to say, no, I don't want to go to Carolina. But that's a major indication right there that the Leafs are willing to move on from Marner. If you're willing to trade him for a playoff performer like Rantanen, who's in the conference final for the Dallas Stars with 17 points, the fact that Rantanen has 8 goals in this playoff run, Marner's got 7 in his entire career with the Leafs in the playoffs. Imagine that. That's a reality, guys. That's a reality. These guys here, the core as a whole, guys, couldn't get it done. They will never get it done. This has to be it. There is no other explanation, guys. Sure, you beat Ottawa in 6. There were signs, though. 3-0 up, should have finished them. Didn't finish them. You go and extend it to 6 games. Okay, fine. But then against Florida, you do a great job. Win the first 2 games. And then what happens after that? You let Florida win 3 in a row. And then you finally show some nuts, win Game 6, and then you drag us back in thinking to believe that you guys were different than last time and in previous seasons. Just a joke, guys. Just a bloody joke. You know, enough, guys, with the bullshit. Certain players got to go. And then, you know what? On top of it all, you got all these stupid Leaf fans on Twitter saying, oh, you know what? I believe in this team. You know, I think they can get it done. What indication has this team given you to say to yourselves they're different? They got to go out there and prove it. They haven't done it. Stop giving this team the benefit of the doubt. Enough. I'm tired of people thinking that this team is different. They're not. You know that you got these kids at Maple Leaf Square. We want the Hurricanes. Do, 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 do. Shut the hell up. You people need to shut up. Watch this team for more than freaking 2 months of the season, a month and a half. And then you could have an opinion. People like me have been watching this team since I've been in diapers. I know what this team was about. I know what this core is about. Some people clearly don't. It's time to stop giving this team the benefit of the doubt. I'm tired of it. They need to move on from the superstars like Marner and Tavares. Get rid of guys like Morgan Riley as well. He's a liability. I'm tired of these people. I'm tired of Brendan Shanahan. If that bastard has the audacity to go up to the mic in his exit interview and say, I believe in this team, I swear to God. I swear to God. Keith Pelly has to save this team and fire that schmuck and not renew his contract. That's enough. Him and everybody else. Like I said, get a bloody suitcase for them and get them out of here. That's it. We need a fresh start with some great pieces, guys, to add to this team. I'm telling you guys right now, despite what he did in this series, if Sam Bennett's a free agent, you go get that guy. If Brad Marchand's a free agent, you go get that guy. You need dogs on your team to win a Stanley Cup. We don't got too many dogs. Matthew Knies is one dog that I'll mention. But the leaders, the guys you expect to step up and rise to the occasion, they ain't dogs. Mitch Marner's not a dog. He's a little puppy. You know, look at his little puppy dog face when he goes in the media. Yeah, you know, wasn't good enough. Didn't execute enough. You know, love my time in Toronto. Great time. You know, a little short kid from Toronto. Dude, we don't give a shit. You've let us down year after year. That's it. John Tavares. Oh, you know, I came here 7 years ago making a decision, you know, thinking we can win. Well, you didn't, John. You didn't. You can pack your bags, buddy. Suitcase. Okay? These guys here didn't get it done, guys. It's been 9 years. Nate McKinnon said it best. I've been in this league 9 years, didn't win shit. And look what he did the year later. He won the cup. Those are the type of people I want on my team. People that take accountability. People that are willing to say that I screwed up. These guys don't do that. Chris Tanev did it. He was the last guy who should have did it. But what do the Leafs do? The superstars? Yeah, you know, we as a team weren't good. Not me as an individual. That's the problem with some of these guys. They act as individuals sometimes. It's pathetic, guys. And I think we all agree enough is enough. And it's time to move on, guys. Listen, we can look at all the stats, what the Leafs are in Game 7s and winning series and winning games and all that shit. We could talk about Paul Maurice, like I mentioned. We could talk about how Florida's the defending champ. But it doesn't matter, guys, if you continue to put the same product out there on the ice. It would be malpractice for Brad Treliving to extend Mitch Marner and John Tavares. It'd be malpractice. You clearly have seen for the last 8 years, it's not good enough. The fans have said it. They booed them off the ice multiple times. And listen, we've made it clear, throwing jerseys on the ice, we're fed up. We're just fed up. We're so sick and tired of the same old story every year. We know. First week of May, end of April, pack it up, season's over. We know. Because we know what this core is like. We know Matthews is due to get a big injury before the playoffs start. We know somebody's going to get hurt during the playoffs. But we all know that nobody's going to stand up for themselves when somebody does injure a teammate. And that's the problem. Not enough dogs, like I said. So, guys, I think we could all agree that this Core 4 era experiment needs to end. The Shanna plan, as we called it, needs to burn into ashes. And Brendan Shanahan needs to get the hell out of Toronto. And he needs to take some of his Core 4 members with him. And get that country club bullshit attitude out of here. Because that's it. The team is not fit enough to win, guys. They're not good enough to win. The Leafs, like I said, guys, they found a way to blow this series. The Panthers took advantage of their opportunities. Paul Maurice can say whatever he wants. Oh, you know, the Leafs were good. All these players on Florida, these guys take a lot of scrutiny. Really, really. makes me laugh when I hear other athletes outside of Toronto talk about this hockey team. It makes me laugh. It makes me laugh. They don't know what we've been through as a fan base. They don't see it, what we see every day. Okay? Greedy players wanting all the money, but when it comes time to getting the job done, they ain't getting the job done. That starts with Brendan Shanahan, and then that starts with the core four and down, guys. This is the end of it, guys. It's time to clean house. And if they don't, guys, people shouldn't go to the games. They should not be going to the games. They should be protesting, saying enough is enough. We want change. They got a big summer ahead of themselves, guys. A massive, massive summer. But this team, again, let us down. And are we surprised they let us down? We can't. Because they've been doing this for 9 straight years, guys. Continuously letting us down with the comments they make in the media, with the way they produce in the playoffs, guys, the way they perform in the regular season, and then they dip in the playoffs. It's incredible to see how small they get, these players, when it matters most, guys. And I think we can all agree we're done and we're sick and tired of the mentality of this hockey team. We need a change, and that's all we're asking for, but it cannot be with these players. We need to start anew, guys. And tonight's game was a massive reality check into why this team needs a change. Imagine if we had won tonight. We'd just be paving over the cracks again. This was a major wake-up call, and again showing the Leafs you're not ready to win, and this team together cannot win. I think we can all agree, guys, it's just not the right fit for certain players, and Brendan Shanahan is the main culprit. He gave that stupid kid, Kyle Dubas, at 31 years old, the GM job. That royally screwed the Leafs' fortunes. That screwed up their future. They let Kyle Dubas got taken to the cleaners by all of the guys, by every core four member. They took him to the cleaners. And now we're paying for that dummy's mistake while he's in Pittsburgh, ready to ruin another franchise, guys. Brendan Shanahan put us in this position, and he needs to leave now. Mitch Marner, John Tavares, Morgan Riley, etc. Certain guys, pack your shit. Get the hell out of our city, because I think it's time for some bloody change, guys. And you know what? Florida Panthers, give them bloody credit. They are a team that knows how to get it done. They got good goaltending. Even though Bobrovsky wasn't amazing in this series, he did what he had to do. The Panthers decor, you lose Brandon Montour, you bring in Seth Jones. Look what he does for you tonight. Gets the first goal of the hockey game. And then you get another acquisition of Brad Marchand, who was absolutely massive for them in this series, guys. Bill Zito did the right things at the deadline, got this team better. They didn't give a shit about winning the division, guys. Even though the Leafs won the bloody division, it didn't freaking matter, guys. It didn't matter. Florida manhandled the Leafs in 2 games in Toronto, guys, and they found a way to get it done. Now, obviously, Carolina, they're playing in the conference final. They got the home ice now. The Leafs, they could have had home ice, conference final, and Stanley Cup final if they had got in there, but no. Too perfect of an opportunity for the Toronto Maple Leafs to get to the Cup final, guys. Too perfect of an opportunity. It's too golden for them, right? They got to make it even harder for themselves, guys. We'll see what happens next year, guys. But the Toronto Maple Leafs season has come to an end. I hope Brendan Shanahan's time as president has come to an end. I hope the Core 4 era has come to an end, guys. And I hope that this disappointment finally comes to an end. Once again, guys, you should have just lost in Game 6. You didn't have to win Game 7. You didn't have to come back for Game 7 and make us believe again and think, like I said, this team's different, guys. But nah, they didn't have me fooled. They didn't have a lot of people fooled, but they had a lot of stupid people fooled on Twitter. A lot of people with believing shit, you know. I had a buddy of mine all through the playoffs saying to me, you know, Rocco, this team's different, eh? You know, this team's going to get it done, right? I believe. You know, I know even if they lose, I expect them to lose Game 7, but it's going to be a tight series. And I looked at him and I told him, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. I told him, I go, this team here is just setting us up to be hurt again. He didn't listen to me, and look what happened. They set us up again, guys. That is enough, guys. With this franchise, with this team for this year, another sad ending for the Toronto Maple Leafs, guys, in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Congrats to the Florida Panthers. You were dirty SOBs a lot in this series, but I will give you credit. You found a way to win, and the refs don't want to even get into them. They're just pathetic. Just pathetic. Just pathetic. And some of the shit people are saying on Sportsnet, you know, oh yeah, the Leafs should be proud, you know, maybe come back again. Shut the hell up. Whoever's talking like that on Sportsnet, TSN, whoever, shut the hell up. Let's be realistic here. It's time to start fresh, guys. I think we can all agree. But guys, that's it for this video today. Thank you very much for watching as always, guys. I appreciate anybody who liked, who commented, who subscribed during this Leaf season. That's it for this season, guys. And I hope that's it for this Core 4. Blow this whole thing up and start fresh, guys. Click like if you like this video. Subscribe if you guys want to see more content. Go Leafs, go, I guess. Right, guys? And remember, if you do not watch sports, you're a more. Ciao, guys.